Somebody moving to a new country, are you moving as a student? Are you moving as entrepreneur, business person, professional, expatriate, refugee, or immigrant? In most of the time, finding resources and information that will support your transition, integration, as well as success is always a challenge. And so we have a solution. The solution is NaviSmart, which is a platform designed to provide information and immigration resources that will support you in your journey. Now, NaviSmart is a search engine, and not just a search engine. It's a conversational search engine that provides you with the resources and information that you need. And it does so through providing a citation and resources and the sources of your result. It provides personalized experience as well as multilingual support. Just like most or every migrant, I faced the same challenge when I was moving to America. It was difficult to access some of the resources that I need, especially related to immigration. It was also difficult to connect with the people that are, form part of what I'm used to. It was difficult to find the resources related to education. And so this idea came to me. And I'm glad to say that the idea has already been converted into product. And as I speak now, the product has already been moved to a better stage as well as MVP, which is available on App Store and Play Store. By the way, you need to download it and try it today. I will look for feedback so that we can improve on it. So question is, what are we trying to solve? What are the problems that we face? So one of the problems is, like I mentioned earlier, difficulty in accessing services. Now, I'll give you an example. So I do teach analytics. And so I have many students, especially those in Africa, they want to come and study here, but they don't know where to start from. So one of the problems that we are trying to solve here is provide a faster means through which anyone who wants to come to America can be able to access information, assuming it's a conversation you're having with NaviSmart. And so probably you're looking for a school, you don't know where to start from. You can be able to start a chart by what are the next steps that I need to do, or what are the steps that I need to take to be able to come and study in America. So you can be able to get the result there. That saves you time. And it gives you a result, and that result can be followed by a follow-up question. You can be able to have as many questions as possible, and you can be able to get the sources of this information. It can be personalized in a way that you want. For example, if you are in a location A, what are the things? The problem that the challenge would be whatever is required in one location will be different from another location. And so this app will be able to give you personalized experience. That is one. As far as education is concerned, you also need to know what are the available financing options that you have. Most of the time, people have to go through pages, and many websites are trying to look for this information. How about getting somewhere you'd go Yeah, just type what are the grants available, what are the financing available for me in this uh, program, whether they're within the school or outside. Then you can have a list of that. It can also give you option uh, to get more information. For example, for more information, you can be able to connect with the school or with this organization and all that. So that's one thing that I realized that this app will be very important to provide as far as school and financing is concerned. Number two, under access to services is social resources. So, for example, community programs available. You are in Washington State, for example. There are many activities that happen, and you don't know where to start, how to get to know these kind of activities. You can be able to connect with your people, and this is very key. So part of this app is a community forum where you can be able to connect with your people. You can be able to socialize. It sometimes gets very lonely. You're in such foreign countries, and so connecting with your people is very key. How do you connect with them is that through the app, you can be able to see who is in your state, who is from your community, and all that. And I believe this is very key because I remember when I moved from Washington State to DMV area, it was difficult. So I moved my family here, and I was looking for somewhere I would get something close to what I'm, what I'm used to. That's Ugali. So went online, uh, searched for something close to Kenyan restaurant or African restaurant, and particularly I was looking for something like related to Ugali. Uh, After doing a lot of search, I got somewhere, I drove my family there. And so it indicated that I would get something like ugali. So once I got there, I found it was West African restaurants, um, which was misinformation, according to me. Uh, we tried to eat jollo rice and, West Africa food, which we're not familiar with. And so it was difficult for us because that was the only thing that was closest. But to cut this story short is after some time we realized there were so many people living even within our area who knew where we'll be able to get ugali and many other things that were familiar to us. And so what I'm looking at is if I was to get information prior to my coming here, I would connect with the people that would direct me. This is where you can find this kind of stuff. That would help a lot. And that's what I'm trying to imagine. You're going to, for example, Norway, and probably you're trying to find the people that can be able to guide you. You connect with them in advance um, through the forum. You can be able to ask as many questions, suggestion or no, and they can be able to connect with people, and you can be able to get these important resources and services in a good time. And so this is one of the things that I think this app is going to, help a lot. The good thing about this is more tailored to immigration issues. So you don't have that kind of app like, ChatGPT, um, but this is, which is generalized and it gives different information. It will be, giving you more in-depth, can be able to, it's been trained to provide a more in-depth resources and information related to immigration. And I think this is going to be a good deal for 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 everyone, planning already in new countries. Another thing is, for example, like I said, financial systems in those countries, such as like in America, are sometimes very difficult to understand and very challenging. So you need to have somebody, you need to understand. So, for example, and this is something this is unique. Also depend, like in America, where different states may have different rules as far as financial or finances are concerned. Financial system, for example. So you need to understand. If I was to move to Delaware, for example, what are the financial systems that work there? And so how you're able to do this is you can be able to have this app. You can be able to, ask questions, get a result, and get certified, depending on the source of the information. So there are so many things. The most important thing out of this is the legal and immigration um, services. Now, everyone who moves to another country in one way or another need to understand the immigration and legal complexity of the country in which they're moving to or they're living in. So, for example, you're looking for a lawyer, you're looking for a paralegal, you're looking for somebody to guide you. How do you find them? The most important thing is that you have to have options so that you don't end up making a mistake on the person you're looking for. So when you are using this app or you're a member of this app, you sign up to this app, then you can be able to have recommendations. You can be able to ask your friends in the area who have probably used, and they can be able to give you a recommendation. So that is one part that I think is a problem that this app will be able to address. Number two is complexity in accessing the information. So, like I said earlier, it's sometimes very complex. There's a complexity in accessing this information, and there's misinformation and disinformation, especially at this time when immigration has always been the center of debate in national politics and policies. So you need to be able to get right information, verify that information, and so this app can be able to support you in giving you the sources of information. So if you hear that so and so, this had been said about this group of people, then you can be able to verify where did that information come from. That's very key. That's very important. And so I feel that there's a lot of need for this app at this time. So when we go back to complexity of the information of the resources available in the internet, they're very much complex. So I remember, when I was getting my green card, I, I would, I would, I would, get everyone talk about different ways of, how you can be able to get a green card, which is permanent resident in the US. So for me, I went to the internet. I had to go through a lot of many pages. Who has that time? And if you have that time, how many people find it so easy to get the form that they need, to go through that form, to understand it, to fill it out, and be able to send it to the right person? I did it, and I know it's not easy, especially if you're not used to look at the complex and a lot of pages one after the other trying to look for specific information. Now, how best can you do about this? So you need to just use NaviSmart. Just type in what you want. NaviSmart will be able to give you the result. If this is a step you need to do, these are the forms that you need to do. It will attach the form there. You just need to download the form. It suggests if you need some, guidance, you may be able to go, for example, USCIS or immigration department, and you can be able to get the help that you need. So I feel that this will save time, will ease in the pressure and the stress on people looking for this legal immigration services. Now, another point is that there's a complexity in accessing the product that you're familiar with. For example, like I just give an example of looking for ugali. How do I get this ugali? So this app will be very important to connect people with these important resources and connect people with this and how they can be able to get this information. Connect people with their people that are familiar, that they share culture, background. Connect with them, attend those events, attend community organized community forums and such kind that talk about the things that matter to them the most, and also connect them with the either professionals, business people who have the products and services that that's familiar with them, that they are familiar with, that can support um, their culture. So those are very important things. I want to tell you once again, this app is available on App Store and Play Store. Please, go there, download it, try it today. We want to make sure that we solve the problem. We want to get your feedback as well. Give us the feedback. Apart from what I've just shared, what are the things that you feel that need to be addressed with this app? We are improving on it. We want to make it the best app that somebody can use, whether they are moving into a new country, whether they are stayed but still want to connect with other people in the same area, whether they're looking for opportunity to come and study, whether they're the entrepreneurs looking for other opportunities, where the expatriates need to know what's happening, whether they're government offices, for example, the embassies want to know, connect the people. Sometimes it's very difficult. I've had many times asking the embassies, a number of embassies here, if they really know how many people from their country are, for example, in America, and no one can be able to give you a right answer. So that's one of the best way. How do they communicate? So in our case, we depend mostly on WhatsApp, which is very difficult because you realize, we are like over 10, 15, 20 WhatsApp groups. And it's very rare for everyone to wake up in the morning and go through these groups one step at a time and see what's posted. There are many shared resources or posts in those WhatsApp groups that realize that one post has been shared in all the WhatsApp groups. And you may lose or miss something very important that you're looking for. Now, NaviSmart will be a solution. So that instead of someone sharing, same message over two different groups, just share it there once. Now then people can be able to sit there, not now, not even like it's not limited to time. It can be, another time, even 1 year, you can be able to see that you can be able to share. I also have a case where people ask the same question over and over and over in the same WhatsApp group. I have a discussion with a number of people, about this app and the support. There's hope in this app that it will be able to solve a lot of issues. So that instead of somebody asking the same question over and over, somebody just asks somebody also asking the same question, or some question asked like a number of times. It's because people don't read. So you wake up in the morning and say, oh, just feel like, oh, there's something I need to ask. The same question was asked yesterday. Somebody was given an answer, but you didn't read it. So what you need to do is just, check your app, just search for that word. Have a conversation with NaviSmart. You can be able to get that so that you don't end up asking question. Sometimes you ask question, nobody want to answer. Probably they don't know, or they don't even get time to go through those, chats to be able to see there's a question which was asked. How about just wake up in the morning, take your phone, type in what you want to ask, you get the answer, which is, with the source is cited there, with the language you're comfortable with, and of course personalized to be able to answer exactly what you're looking for, based on the location of your profile. So I also want to say that, I've had a great time building this over the year. We work with a great team, developers. We've worked with people who have provided their support, their advice, great teams that we're working with, and we're looking for 2025. We are going to tell you many deals are in the pipeline. We are going to launch this app. We are going to make sure that this app solves the problem, which is our main thing. It should be able to solve the problem. Other things can come after. Otherwise, I wish you very great, prosperous the year 2025.